last month, I thought I'd have the engine together by now. And I started to. And I got right to the point where I was going to tighten the cams up and get ready to put the heads on the shrub block. And then I remembered a terrible thing that happened. When I first brought the heads home, and I had them on that bench over there, I had them stood up vertically because there was a bunch of other stuff on the table. Well, when you bump a table with wheels, things start to teeter and totter, and one of the heads fell down and actually made this divot in the concrete by landing directly on this camshaft bolt. At the time I was in a hurry, that's why I was moving the bench, trying to get the garage door closed. I can't remember why. But I picked the head up, looked at the deck surface and all the machine surface and said, hey, we're good, no big dings or dents, cool. Well, long story short, I totally busted off the cam tower on that end of the head. So back to eBay I went, another navigator head, took the head back, I had Chad in the machine shop do all his magic on another one. So now, if I don't drop anything, I can start back where I was about a month ago. I need to get this transmission sent out to Power by the Hour down in Florida. Been talking with them about doing the upgrade, and it's like throw everything at it that I can, because this weighs about a Brazilian pounds and I'm trying to make some power, so might as well just have all the good stuff. Like they say, buy once, cry once. So I guess it's pallet time. Well, here's some used lumber. Let's see if I can knock some nails out of it, maybe make a crate out of this pile. Next step is to get these out of the bags, and we're going to have to clearance the actual cam caps for some of the cam lobes. Aftermarket cams and these girdle style caps have some contact issues, so I'm going to take the old band file and clearance them. Surprisingly enough, the intake cam is actually looking pretty good on my new head here. No contact. They are close, but no contacto, which I like. Now let's see if the exhaust cam wants to play the same game, where it plays nice and doesn't touch anything. Okay, victim number one. Back of the exhaust cam. Little tappy. Got one right there as well. So we'll start clearancing them and see how many need it. I think it was like about all of them on my last set of heads, so let's get to it. Still hits. So yeah, I need to make my angle a little more steep as it comes around the bottom side of that arc. Here's the front one, and I tried to use the radius of the band file to my advantage here and kind of give it that scoop instead of just kind of giving like a chamfer where you chop through it. It seems to have worked pretty well. Of course, now that that one spins, the one I didn't do back here, crashy, so took that one off. Hopefully do this for the last time on this head. Okay, caps are all snap down. I didn't snug the bolts, but my caps are flush, and we have full rotation. So everybody clears. I likey. And now we do it on the other head. Yay. Just going to save myself the 3 steps now and mark all of them. And get to town. Would you look at that? Another thing I'd like to deal with about 0% is apparently these little reluctor nubs for the cam sensor can come flying out of these comp cam gear. So I think I'm going to throw a little bit of TIG weld on it. So now use can't sleeve. It isn't much, but it should be enough to hold that thing in place. Fun fact, when you buy a passenger side head off eBay and it shows up and you machine it as such and you get ready to put it on your engine as such, you realize that this lip right here is not relieved. It's like the back of a driver's head. It is just flat. Well, when your tensioner goes here, the shoe for the tensioner and the chain hit this lip. So then you get to take this machined head back apart and relieve this rail so that the chain and tensioner stuff will fit. So that was a lot of fun to deal with today, but hey, now we're good. And then I'll have to knock this frost plug out and put it back here because this and this are going to be my coolant outlets. So clearly this was a driver's side head and I didn't look closely when I got it. I was in such a hurry. So attention to detail 101. Well, I think they're together and torqued. I haven't pulled the pins on the tensioners yet, but I think it's time to make this into a long block. Well, if I did that right, which I know I did not follow the proper methods at all, but it's on there, and I don't think any valves are bent. I think I'm gonna pull out the front cover and see if I can find all the bolts and start getting that mocked up on there. Try to get that front end closed up. So, truth be told, the engine sat like that for another month because after that I just kind of lost motivation and didn't want to figure out the next steps. But a month down the road, a friend of mine named Eric came over and put the fire under my butt, and we finished mocking some stuff up. I'm going to work on some supports for the turbos and wait for a flex plate to come in, hopefully this week, and drop the engine and tranny in this thing, and then start doing some plumbing and wiring just in time for snowfall. I waited so long that the transmission has already been built and returned to me from Florida, so that gives you an idea how much I've been dragging my feet. Also coming up in the next episode is this trigger wheel that I was previously using was for a small block Ford. So the pilot does not do anything on my balancer, and it was just kind of floating on these 3 bolts, and it had some wobble or run out while running. So what I've done is designed and 3D printed this one. So now that actually has a pilot to my ATI balancer, and tested it for fit, and now I'm just going to have it cut out of steel, and I'll kind of show you guys how that process is going to go and get that set up. So stay tuned. I'd like to thank you guys for following along. A lot of this is just for me, just to kind of help put my events in order and show the thing got put together, and hope some of you guys catch things that I've done and it helps other people do things that you're doing. So once again, I appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one.